leave physically first, women leave emotionally first. That's why men have the one that got away, and women have the man I forgave over and over again to my own detriment. Men leave suddenly, women leave silently. The divorce came out of nowhere. No. She didn't stop fighting, she just stopped repeating herself. When a woman brings up her emotions and concerns, that's her fighting for the relationship. You call that nagging, when really she's fighting to connect, she's fighting to get on the same page. Every time she voiced her pain and you gave her a long list of all the reasons why she shouldn't feel that way, you thought you were fixing the problem, when really you were just teaching her how to live without you. Because a woman will love, like she will never leave. But when she finally does, it's like she never loved you. And the reason why it feels that way is because she's finally realized that her self-abandonment was the oxygen to that relationship, keeping it alive. And so her finally prioritizing herself feels like a direct attack on you, when really it should have gotten to that point. So when you see a woman transform herself after a breakup, after a divorce, and it's like she became somebody else, it's because she did. She gave until there was nothing left of her to put back together. And so finally, when she rebuilds, she does it with vision, with purpose, knowing I will never be that woman again. And
so with that being said, men and women leave relationships differently. Do you guys agree, disagree, and why?
I'm astonished that 176,000 people shared that Transformers video like that. That is crazy.
Transformers can say they can say statements that people agree with.
Wait, why y'all say Transformer? That's not a man.
But that's what Slim said.
That's not a man. That is a woman.
What?
That's what I thought. But she not necessarily wrong. But I want to speak to the glow up after the woman leave the relationship. Okay, and that glow up comes from her being back into her natural habitat, and we call it the streets. Okay.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
She was cosplaying as a girlfriend. A nigga was trying to put up with it, and honestly, I promise, my entire life, I cannot tell you one time my wife has presented the argument that we got to the end of. Like arguments with women, like we call it nagging because there's no conclusion at the end of no argument with a woman. I have never reached a conclusion. Never.
Facts.
So yeah, my and dudes, bro, we actually hurt when women leave us. Like we hurt because we put so much into it, the unsaid sacrifices, the blind loyalty, everything we put in. And when women leave, they just gone, bro. They back into their natural habitat, being the hoes that they was always meant to be. And until they find out what the streets gonna do to them, and now you want to come back over here, but you ain't coming. So they're just dead, bro. I'm done. My plane has landed.
I don't understand.
That's because you drunk.
No. You said that when they start to work out and get themselves together, that they go back to their natural habitat, which I agree with to an extent. But the part that I don't understand is that you said that you've never, after an argument with a woman, you've never did
reached
what?
Reached the conclusion.
You've never reached a conclusion after having an argument or a discussion with a woman?
Not really. And that's why I be nagging, because even if we do try to conclude the argument, they usually bring up something else to prolong it, and to the point that usually the man just shut down and stop the conversation. That's 8 out of 10. That's how conversations and relationships go.
Why don't y'all figure it out at the end? Like, what's going on there?
If it was that easy, nigga, we would. But see, the thing.
What would be a logical conclusion in your mind?
It depends what the argument is. See, most of the time, your girl is complaining about something that you have no problem with at all. So let's say, for example, you say your girl mad at you because you spoke to another girl. You don't have a problem with it and can't seem to see what the problem is. And for whatever reason she had that problem, she still have it because you don't see the problem. You can't fix it. she can't fix it because she don't see the problem. So we end up just shutting the conversation down. It really never get concluded.
Well, that's like do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Because even though you don't agree with her, you can still fix the problem.
Well, yeah, you can fix the problem, but the conversation still go on. If you do it,
if you stop doing what she don't want you to do, the conversation's fucking over. What you mean? My bad, babe. I'll do better. My bad, boo. Slap her on the ass.
That's a lot.
Out the room.
You did it. That's a lot because you can say, "Okay, I won't do it no more," but she'll keep arguing with you because she wants you to understand where she's coming from.
But no, wait. No. See, this is the problem.
I agree with that part, 2K.
No. This is the problem. Once I tell you there's going to be corrective behavior, it's done for.
Bruh, that's not good enough. They want
No. It is good enough. That's the conclusion. We revisit this again later on.
That's how it's supposed to be, Slimmy. That's not how it goes.
That's how it's gonna go.
She wants you to understand and feel exactly what she's feeling.
No, man. Once I say the conversation is over, man, the conversation is over because we can't have an argument. We can't have an argument.
How often? And I just want to be for real. How often do y'all kick it with y'all chick and ask her what's she thinking? Like without it being an argument, without it being incentivized by something that happened prior to that. How often do you kick it with your chick and be like, hey, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what's on your mind. What's going on?
I'm always asking that.
Hell no, I ain't for to give you the ammo to unload on me. Hell no.
What ammo?
What?
Man, cause my girl don't work, bro. You know that's an idle mind. What the Bible say? That's a devil playground. You don't want to ask her no question.
That nigga atheist and know all the verses.
He's from Mississippi. They're super religious.
This
right, is the South.
She gonna be like, yeah, who was you texting? That's what I want to know. And here we go.
Who was you texting?
I don't understand why it's a problem to ask a chick what she thinking.
It ain't in real time, Anton. It ain't. But at the same time, like you can't. I like to pick and choose my battles. I'm not gonna ask nothing that I feel like can escalate.
But why is that a battle? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
That nigga don't want to know what you think. That's why I know nigga don't care.
So you don't want to know what y'all chick is thinking? Because if I know what you're thinking, that means I better understand you. If I better understand you, that means that I got more control of the situation and I can fix the issue before it even becomes a problem. See, sometimes a woman is not necessarily trying to get you to conform. Sometimes she just wants to be heard or she don't understand what you're talking about, right? So let's just say, for example, because a lot of women, they need to be molded according to what, and it's not that they not, because I think that the problem a lot of times is that we put women in this box and we say, okay, well, she need to be this way or she need to be that way. But it's just like anybody. It's just like a student in school. All women learn differently. All women move differently. She has to continue to be molded based off of where you at. Even if because like I hate when people say stuff like, man, she need to do this, she need to do that, she need to do this. But that don't make no sense to me because who you are and who she is when you're 20 is going to be different.
And you be asking what she thinking. I be like,
I'm struggle streaming, but she gonna be different than who she is when she 20 versus 30, where she 40. You gonna have different needs when you 20 and when you 30. I don't need a woman to cook and clean for me at this point because I got people that I bring in that maybe do that. I may need her to fill a completely different role, right? I may need her to step into a completely different mode. I don't need a woman that thinks like a mother when I have a daughter that is about to graduate from high school. I don't need that at this point, right? So I'm molding her and I'm changing her. I'm evolving based off of where I am and where she at that particular time. So what I'm saying is you can avoid 99% of the arguments if you proactively understand who the person is because you train them or they train you how to treat them.
At time, I can avoid 100% of the arguments if I never ask. Okay? So what I like to do, I really don't want to know what she's thinking because I know my girl, she a big girl. If she would think of something, she would really tell me. I just say, hey, let me rub your feet. let me play in your hair. You know, let me do something like that. And if she say no to something like that, then I know it's a problem. Then I get into it.
All right, let me ask you another question.
Okay.
For the people that work for you, do you go and find out what they need and how they think and what role is best for them and the best way for them to work?
Absolutely.
So you learn your employees, but you don't learn the chick that lay next to you every day.
I have learned the woman that lay to me, and that's
But they change and they evolve in over time, right?
yeah. But you got a grip on it. All right, like that. There's room for error, or with your relationship. Now with the employees, they on a different type of road. They ain't got error. I'm asking someone.
She your biggest employee.
Yeah, no, kind of on payroll. She is.
She your biggest employee.
I don't know, Anton. It's different. I want to go picking a fight with a woman. Me asking her what's on her mind is picking a fight.
Again, I don't understand it, bro. I think that it's a middle road. Like, I want to know what you think, and I want to know who you are, and then I want to teach you along the way. You know what I'm saying? I want you to better understand so that you 99% of arguments or 99% of issues can be solved for without you even getting into that, bro. I just believe that. I don't think that people should be arguing them. When people say relationships is work and you be arguing and shit, I don't believe in that, bro. I genuinely don't believe in that, man.
Now that's one thing I would agree with you with, Anton. Like a lot of people are not, huh?
What you was saying, Mika?
No, I was just saying that's one thing I do agree with. I don't like the whole marriage is work thing. Like if it's that much work, like if you got to put in that much work for it to actually run, like you should be able to do exactly how you run any other business.
Yeah, like even
And then the relationship should be
like I'll give you an example. I'll give you a perfect example. A woman could be talking or venting or saying something, but she's not necessarily looking for an argument. She's looking to be heard. But because I understand that, I don't always have to respond. I don't always have to go and say something back or correct her at that particular time. Sometimes I just listen and I observe and I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying. And then sometimes, maybe even later on that night or maybe later on that day, because I know her temperature, I know who she is, I can check that, right? I might sit her down on my lap and I say, what's going on? Tell me what's really happening. What's on your mind? She start cracking up or whatever. Because I understand that person, because I understand, I tell you, fuck the relationship part. Fuck that part. Let's talk about this. I know that Mika will never, ever in any way reveal to you openly, like Mika is so non-confrontational, but it doesn't mean that she's not emotional. I know that if Mika stopped talking for a period of time, or if Mika is feeling some type of way, she's going to get super silent. She's going to pull back. She's going to get silent. And then she's going to get a little bit more reserved. Because I understand who she is and because I understand that she's non-confrontational and I'm better looking to understand the people that's around me, I know how to deal with Mika differently, right? I know who Molly is. I know that Molly is the type of person that's going to get her shit off, or you don't even have to say nothing to Molly. Molly going to come to you and be like, you know what? Damn, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. But because I understand how she moves, I make the, you know what I'm saying? I make the adjustment according to whatever it is that she's doing and what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't always have to meet it with a strict or this is the way I am or whatever. You deal with people according to who they are, but in order to better understand them, that's how you then deal with them. And I've never gotten into an argument with Molly. I've never gotten into a confrontation with Mika. I've never gotten into a beef with Slimmy, and I've never had an argument and I ain't talking about this content creation shit. I'm talking about offline. Me and 2K has never had any issue, not one issue, one time in our life. Now, some people will sit there and say, well, that's not healthy because everybody have arguments. Every friendship have a beef. I don't believe that shit because I don't have it. Me and Island Girl Q has been knowing each other for probably the better part of a half a decade, maybe more. And we have never, ever, and I mean, we didn't been around each other. I don't want to say that part. We didn't been around each other and we didn't been in the same spaces for so many times. So many times. We have never, ever had a beef, ever had an argument, ever had an issue, never had a confrontation whatsoever. All I'm saying is, I don't think that you have to have problems and confrontations in relationships. I don't see it. And I don't know how people always think that relationships is work. I don't think that it is. Quentin, you already know what it is, talking about you don't name everybody. I don't, seriously.
But see, man, Anton, but like I remember my grandma, she used to always say like 1 Corinthians 16 through 14.
Here you go, quoting another scripture.
Bro, I grew up on this, bro. And she was like, dang, how that thing go? Let all that you be done being loved. Like, so it like there are times where the relationship is just testing. Like, bro, we are two different people, two different lifestyles, you know, depending on where you
y'all need to adjust in. That don't mean that y'all need to argue.
No. But sometimes it's an argument that get us to it.
Stupid people call discussions arguments.
And no, because they be arguments. They be heated. They be emotional. Motherfuckers be looking at feeling some type of way when they walk away.
Bro, it's just to me honest, bro. Like when me and my wife, when we argue, it's not us like yelling and disrespecting each other. It's two passionate people trying to come to some type of compromise or understanding, bro.
Nah, I think that sometimes they just, and I ain't talking about you, I'm just saying in general. I think that sometimes women just need a good fucking, honestly, bro.
Yeah, now that what usually works.
All of that arguing shit, that's tension. She trying to figure that shit out, and she ain't released yet. You got to get that shit up out of her, bro.
That usually works, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes they just need a good fuck. That's all that is, bro. All of that arguing and going back and forth. She just need to. All right, come here. That's all that is, man. And that's what I'm saying. You got to read the room.
I'm gonna punch you, Slimmy. Not that head.
Sex solves a multitude of issues. I know that for a fact. They always say money. Sex solve a multitude of issues.
Especially when she act like she ain't gonna give it to you that night. Like that be I get to take it a little bit. Oh yeah, that be the first. That should be fire. Y'all don't take it a little bit. Oh shit. Wait, what type of lives are you niggas living?
Fake.
No, I cut my camera off because it's
wait.
a little bit
Hold
true.
on. How do you take it a little bit?
Because you don't go out.
Because she be trying to say no, nigga.
I'm ghost. No.
Anton, because you be
don't
like,
elaborate.
You may have to put some lubricant on that thing first, that she ain't ready.
Like, nah.
The real no.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
The real no. When she telling you to stop, but she low key help to take the panties off.
Yep. Facts.
No, that's a different no. The no. I want y'all to be able to.
Did you just scream, nigga?
all of the niggas in the chat. I need y'all to understand the difference between those, because a lot of y'all niggas don't be getting it. Some of y'all, nah, nigga, everybody don't know. They're gonna be like, 2K told me, niggas gonna catch a case.
No, please do not put my name on that.
This nigga always leading somebody to crash out, man.
Niggas 2K gonna get y'all a case, nigga.
2K said, I said a little bit.
I thought I got some girl tried to me to me. I saw this girl from high school 15 years after I got out of high school, and she told me that I'd made her do something she didn't want to do in high school. Nigga, you snuck in my daddy's house, nigga, at 2:00 in the morning. What the fuck was I supposed to do?
This gonna left, man.
Right, 2K, nigga? Like, why are you here, nigga?
Oh,
You stuck in the house, nigga.
oh man, this is going left.
Y'all can't act like y'all ain't never took it a little bit.
No,
I don't want to
never.
take it a little bit mean, dog.
No, man, ain't no take. Ain't no take. It's given.
Man,
It's
nah,
given.
you got to take it a little bit, dog.
No, stop, please, please,
Oh shit!
please,
Slim
please don't use that term, man.
live a
Please.
little.
We are crossing into dangerous ground, literally. This is not okay, fellas. Do not. This is
Y'all live, bro.
this is not okay. This is not okay.
Oh my
Say
God.
what y'all want to say about I don't get no box. I don't. You right. I don't fuck no bitches. I have no action. I have no motion. But I definitely ain't taking it a little bit. I just want that to be clear. Do not do that shit.
Look, you see
Regardless of
why
what you feel, don't do that shit, man.
You
If
see why
I didn't take it a little bit, I wouldn't have had Ava. Because the first time I had sex with Ava's mom, like I pushed on the bed and like took her shit off.
Come on, man. Hey, can we read the super chats, man? Can we read the super chats? This is going left. This is going left, man.
Sometimes they just gotta be told what to do and they capitulate eventually. I got that from
Somebody
Kamala,
said
nigga.
Oh man.